right, let's go ahead and let's get things started here. We appreciate a full house here at the Chambers. Love to see everybody here and be a part of this. So thank you very much. Who did the...
Wyatt Justinson.
Okay, thank you. I've been invited Wyatt Justinson, come up and say an opening prayer for us. Did he do that? Thank you. Just come right up there and...
Thanks, Wyatt.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we're so grateful for this day and all the opportunities we have with Skills USA and our great instructors to help us progress and enhance our skills and help us get ready for the job field and different things. And we're grateful for Spanish Fork City for their gratitude towards our achievements, and so very grateful for all the many things you blessed with. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Wyatt.
Thank you very much. I've asked Councilman Scobes to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
The audience, please rise.
Repeat the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Okay. So, are you taking care of that, Stacy, on there? Who's taking care of that? Or you got that? Okay. I'm going to turn some time over to Mike, Councilman Mendenhall, and presentation we got coming up here.
We got a packed house for a couple of different reasons tonight, but we're if nobody heard, the fire engines coming down the street and ending here at the city office. It's for a great occasion tonight, so we're proud to have you young men and your families here in the council chambers tonight. Just to read off, and maybe if all of you from Maple Mountain High School and Spanish Fork High School want to come stand up here in front of the podium, if you could. We're going to embarrass you for a little bit, if you could. You can all stand up here. All your parents, they've seen the backsides of you before, but the camera is right here, so stand just behind the microphone there and kind of line up. Yep. Facing this way, towards us.
You get to see us. Sorry. Wow. Pretty impressive.
Spanish Fork versus Maple Mountain. We're going to make you arm wrestle or something. Is that all right? No? Okay. Today marks the congratulation of Maple Mountain and Spanish Fork High School welding fabrication, automotive, refinishing technology, and collision repair teams who recently took first place at their state competitions. They took a victory ride today on the fire truck just this evening and ended here at the city office. Maple Mountain High School took first place in state and third place in the nation. And Jared Masick, you're their teacher, right?
Yeah.
So you want to come kind of give us a brief synopsis of what these young men did?
Right on. So they were given a time frame, 6.5 hours to build a project from raw material. And this year, every team in the country, there's 40 high school teams, built the exact same project. Blueprint and all was given to every team ahead of time. And so we came prepared to finish in that a lot of time. And we did. And we did really good. And I'm pretty proud of those boys. They had a lot of hiccups during the competition, but they persevered. And even after what seemed to be things you couldn't come out of, they still took third place. And so we're really excited for them. But yeah, there's 40 high school teams. And so and that represents one team from every state or Providence. Puerto Rico's invited, District of Columbia, and all that stuff. But so there's only 40, but there could be more eventually. But really good.
First place in the state of Utah and third place in the nation.
Yeah, and this marks our 6th year in a row taking first at state, nice. And our 4th year in a row taking a medal at nationals.
Nice. So very cool. Congratulations. I still got names to read.
Let's, in fact, what we ought to do is just have them come up and introduce them or say their name.
Now, these are Spanish Fork kids, right? No. These two? Okay. Okay, so tell us who you are from
Come
Spanish
say your
Fork.
name
Yeah.
right here. And
Name's Matthew Ramirez, competed in auto collision repair.
And what did you do at Nationals? You were just back at Nationals too, or
Yeah, just back at Nationals.
yeah?
We did bumper repair, metal working, welding, ASC exams, frame straightening analysis, and there was one more. Oh, that might be it. I can't remember.
What does the medal around your neck mean?
Oh, this is first place at state. I got 13th at Nationals.
Nice.
awesome.
Great job.
And my name's Kyle Coombs. I competed in the automotive refinishing technology competition. Took first at state last year and this year, and then competed in the nationals last year and placed 16th, and then competed at nationals again this year and placed third place. My competition, there was about 4 or 5 different categories. There was a masking category, there was color tinting, spot repair, feather edge priming and blocking. Then there was, there was a few tests, general knowledge tests we had to do, estimating tests. We had a job interview, and we had to submit like a job application and things like that. So.
Awesome.
Nice. Great
Good
job.
job.
My name is Ben Warnick, and I'm actually up at Utah State University Eastern with Tosh here. And we competed for Maple Mountain for Jared last year, or the past 2 years, and we won state for him 2 years, and then we won again state this year. And we won nationals last year and this year. So we got first in nationals this year for the college division.
The college division, huh?
Holy cow.
How's your back with all those medals hanging on it?
It's getting sore.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
So I'm Tosh Davis, and basically the same story as Ben. So we're actually going to the same college, USU Eastern, down in Price, and same story with Maple Mountain, first. And so,
Way to go. Way to carry it on.
My name's Sam Christmas, and I was just with Maple Mountain Welding Fabrication.
Nice job.
My name's Wyatt Justinson, competed in welding fabrication, my teammates, and took third in the nation, so.
My name's Lad Davis. I competed with Maple Mountains Welding Fabrication, and that's it. Yep.
That's great. Way to go. Awesome. Carry on.
Good jobs ahead of you, right?
So much for doing that. Good job. You can tell they got that welder's handshake, so that's awesome. Nice, strong. Great. Thank you so much. Yeah, you don't have to stay for the boring meeting, but that's not part of it. All right.
While they're all leaving, can we invite a young man up here also, Dylan Gardner, and Tyler Jacobson is going to present him with some really cool awards. While they're coming up, I had the opportunity to look over Dylan's application for these awards. And if I remember correctly, because this was months ago, it was like 3 or 4 pages long of all your accomplishments. And are you 18?
I'm going to be 18 in August, so.
So but you graduated this year, right?
I'm just starting my senior year.
Okay, you'll be a senior. Wow. So let me just read this. American Leadership Academy Preservation, Student Government, Food and Care Coalition, National Honor Society President, United Unified Global Messengers, Special Olympics Utah, Boy Scouts of America, American Red Cross, Spanish Fork Youth City Council. Those are just a couple of the things that were on Dylan's application. And I've just been assigned to be over the Youth City Council the last 6 months, and so I've had a good opportunity to get to know you. You're driven, but are so humble, and you're so kind to everyone that I've seen you interact with. So congratulations. Tyler?
All right, well, I'm honored to be able to have the privilege to award these to Dylan tonight. There's actually a letter that he received in honor of all of the charitable hours that he's contributed to the community. The first thing I'd like to say is John Stockton's got nothing on you, pal. He's a great assist man. This guy here, Spanish Works assist man. He had over 250 volunteer. How many total hours did you have volunteering?
For last year, over 500.
Oh, wow. He only had to get 250 for the award, but he's an overachiever and got 500.
There you go. That's
So,
how it works.
He got a letter from President Trump, and in here, the very last paragraph, I'll just read that. You can read the rest on your own. It's really good. Thank you for your enduring commitment to serving your community and our nation. I trust that you will continue to work for the betterment of others and an even stronger future for the American people. So congratulations on earning the Gold President's Volunteer Service Award. He's got bronze, silver, and gold certificates here, by the way.
Wow, that's good.
Congratulations, Dylan.
Come up here and shake everybody's hand. Well, it's the night of medals. This looks like the Olympics.
Way to go. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay. Hey, thank you. Now I'd like to bring in the Spanish Fork Fiesta Day Rodeo Queens. Don't be shy or bashful. Oh, thank you. Ooh, look at that. You would love it when they come bearing gifts.
You didn't. Do you want us to
You want to wait?
Okay.
Okay, let's wait because we got some other business we can take care of.
If you can round me up, any more
tell
snacks.
Just tell me when it happens. I hope that lasts.
Did you bring any for the rest of them though? That's okay.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what I'd like to do right now is we have 3 brand new police officers that we'd like to have come in and swear in. I'd like to have all 3 of you come up. Come right up here to the podium. There you go. Go ahead, and I'll have Steve introduce them and go from there.
So we just hired 3 new officers. Some of them come with a couple of years of experience, and some are brand new. But got David Spencer, and then we have Kylie Packard, and Jorge Morales, and they're going to be a great asset to our team. They're fitting in well. They're doing the field training program now with our sergeants and some of our senior officers, and I get reports back that they're doing a fantastic job. And so we'd like to turn them over to you, Mayor, and give you the opportunity to swear them into our fine city.
Glad to do it. All right. Okay, I'm going to have each of you raise your right hand to the square. And when I say, I want you each to say your names, and then repeat after what I say. How's that? It's pretty difficult, you know. This will probably be the hardest thing you do to become an officer right here. Probably. Okay. I,
David Spencer,
do solemnly swear that I will support, obey and defend the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of Utah, and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity. Nice job. Congratulations. See, that was fun.
Have you sign and date this, and then we'll put it in your permanent file.
That's just saying you know what kind of car my wife drives.
Yeah, that's the first thing you need to know.
This is not admission of guilt.
Not admission of guilt.
Not an admission of guilt.
That's right.
You know what you're signing.
So while we're up here, Kylie, you turn around just for a second. this uniform is something that we're quite proud of. This is our Class A uniform, and I just had a question from somebody in the audience here saying, "What does those or what does the yellow cord mean?" And just so that the public know, these cords are an honor cord, and each of these knots that are here on the cord represents 2 officers that have given their life while in service to Spanish Fork citizens, and that's what that represents. We hope to never add to this honor cord another knot, but we do honor them with our Class A's when we wear them. And unfortunately, we didn't have one more for Jorge today, but we'll get that on his too. But just so that you know, when you see the officers in the Class A, they're honoring the badge and honoring those who have gone beyond and given their all in service of you as a community. Thanks.
Sly, Kylie, you get to shake all of our hands.
Okay. Oh yeah, come back up here. Yeah, that's a formality.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming on. Thank you. All right, that's always an exciting time. We're really proud of our police officers and all they do, and it's just great to add some new ones on there. Yeah, you don't have to stay.
Thanks for coming.
Okay. Hey, we're thinning them out good. Yes, yeah, I'm going to have you. Yeah, we're going to get all those out here, and then I'm going to have you come up.
His wife's coming, so if you got one more thing to go to.
Oh, we can go to public comments. Okay, let's do that. All right, we're waiting. Or do you have something?
I do. It might be a little longer than Ryan wants. But, okay, we'll go ahead.
Let's
Okay,
go.
guys, it's time to usher in Fiesta Days. So turn around, get your cowboy hats on, and let's everyone give a shout. Yeehaw!
Did I get mine or Chad's? Okay.
If you don't mind, clear over here.
There you go. Hey.
So we want to welcome the Fiesta Days chair. These 3 couples served tirelessly for a 3-year period. And they are in monthly meetings. Not only that, they give time through the 2+ week ordeal of being at every single event and sacrificing time with their families. But the trade-off is, I think, lifelong friendships. I got to know Steve Danzy. Who knows Steve? He's like hard to... Oh, you all know Steve.
Never heard of him.
I'm so glad I got to know Steve. And Brandon, he has not even been a bishop.
Oh, really? She'll believe anything I tell her.
Yep, I do.
He doesn't know you very well.
I'm still getting to know Steve, and we still have 2.5 years together. But no, you guys are great. I love working with you, and I appreciate everything you do. So why don't we invite the 3 couples to come up, and then afterwards I have a gift for the committee. So Corey and Brandon, you guys stick around too. But come on up, and they are going to share our Fiesta Days events and the activities. We hope that you've received your magazine in the mail, and you need to mark your calendars, and they'll introduce our grand chair as well.
Yeah, don't be shy or back.
Hey.
Yeah, you're the chair, so you get to go. Yeah. There you go.
I'm here for my looks.
Okay.
Wow.
Let me introduce everybody. We're Mike and Angie Clayson.
We're the chairs this year. Incoming chairs are Steve and Carrie Lee Danzy, and our outgoing chairs are Gail and Robert Davies. And it's been so much fun working with them. What do you want to hear?
The theme.
The theme.
Theme, events, introduce grand chairman. You take it over, Angie.
All right, on the spot, here we go. The theme this year is Spanish Fork State of Mind. And why we chose that is because we have so much pride and love for this city. I feel like this is really the best city on the whole earth. And no matter where I'm at, my heart's always in Spanish Fork. I want to be here. My mind's in Spanish Fork. So that was why we chose that theme this year. I'll let you introduce our Grand Marshal this year.
Okay. It's my honor to introduce Paul Christensen.
Cowboy hat or my work hat. Since you guys loaded up, here I am.
There you go.
He's
did
always
well.
prepared.
Try to be prepared.
And it's a great honor. Those of you that know Paul, he's a great man. He dealt with me for a lot of years as a kid, and he did good, right?
Yeah, you've turned out pretty good.
We're excited to have him, and so we have a special gift for him. We have a chair for him. So each event he can sit in comfort and just sit back and enjoy.
That's neat as heck.
Thank you for doing it.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We're honored. Thank you.
Thank you.
Give me a
I don't
hug.
want no dang cake. Oh.
Okay.
At least a couple of them.
You want to say a few words? Hey, I hesitate to do that because I've heard you talk before.
I know, but you know what? You always have a timer,
I
about
know.
a 2-minute timer.
I got two cops here that can pull you out when they need
I've
to.
commented on how short you try to have everybody talk. So, what time is it? This is a great honor. I was shocked when Mike and Angie came to my house. In fact, I wasn't even going to live in the house, was I?
Nope.
But anyway, so there's so many people that's had this before, and they deserved it. I just do things I love to do, and I'm just overwhelmed. Thank you for thinking about me and deciding to do this. I just enjoy doing things like this. I love Spanish Fork, even though I was born in Salem, and we have a rivalry. In football, we'd bring a team in from Salem, beat the crap out of you guys from Spanish Fork. But basketball, we didn't have any height. We got killed. But anyway, we finally got to all be together and have a great time. Spanish Fork is a great community, and it's done by volunteerism. I mean, we got 20, right? Volunteers? Pretty much that I've counted on. Well, you probably got a whole bunch, but I mean, you got 50 venues to try to do, so it takes a lot of people to run the programs. And I tried to find out the year that Paul Harvey told us that Spanish Fork was the baseball capital of the world, and I should have called Goose. He should have known for me. But anyway, and it's because of volunteerism. That's what's built Spanish Fork. I'm not kidding you. All the coaches, when I started in 1960 after I got married, and went all the way with my son and my cousin and the other kids. They're at the top. Then we've done baseball, basketball, football, everything else. These kids learn a lot from sports. They need to be in it. You learn to depend on somebody else. People depend on you, and it means you have a responsibility to do your very best. It's a great program. I've been fortunate to do Meals on Wheels, and there's nobody that loves and appreciates the meals that come into their home. I don't do it full time. I might as well, I guess. They call me all the time, but I'm just a fill-in. But it just makes you feel so good to go up there and give the meal, and they just thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it's just gratifying. It has saved my life to do this. It really has. Give me something to do, something worthwhile. I just enjoy going with people. On Christmas, I dress as Santa, go up to the Beehive and up to the Legacy, Go to all the hospitals, all the doctor's offices and that. Went down to Macy's. I don't charge anything if you need. I love to do it. I just do. I really do. But anyway, it's just fun to do that and see people laugh. I go down to grocery stores and come out. I don't know anybody, and they don't want to know you. He'll say hi. They'll walk past and I'll mumble something. Not too nice, but anyway, we just got to be more friendly your town. Got to be really friendly. It just takes a lot of people to do it, just like the sports park out there. Mayor Borney, what he did. He found all these guys at Geneva got laid off when Geneva closed. He had all the equipment. They went out there and run it. It could have cost us many, many thousands of dollars more to build that than what we got it for. We're lucky. He brought the PI in. We had a lot of fights sitting here on the stand with Leland and a lot of people here around and annexing Leland into Spanish Fork. And then we brought TV in, finished bringing television in. So we got all these guys and all these jobs. So it's a great thing, and I just love helping people, going out and visit with people in their homes, letting the caregivers get away and go do things that they need. Caregiving is not easy. It is really not, and they need to get away. And then there's so many people in our communities who need somebody to say hi or I care, I love you. That doesn't get that. They don't feel like they're even around. But we need to go into the homes, to our neighbors. You don't know what's going on. Say hi, I love you, can I help you. Just do a good deed every day, as our Savior did. And it's just great. It's, like I said, it has saved my life. When I got Pam underneath Maple Creek, they came to my house before she was in rehabs, and I know they've dropped her 3 or 4 times, and I caught them once, and they never reported it, and I probably could have been a millionaire by now, but I don't believe in that. Anyway, I wanted her home with me at the last. She could die at home with me. And so I took care of her, and it's really hard, but it was worth it. She'd do the same for me. And I know you guys do too, would do the same for your loved ones. Anyway, there's a lot of lonely people in the world. There's a lot of lonely people who needs to know that they're loved. And they're told they're loved. Your companion needs to hear that, and you need to hear that. Go home tonight and say, honey, I love you. And, okay, sweetheart, I love you. But it should be that way. It should be every night that you do love your companion. And I had a guy do that to me in the store one night. And I asked him the same thing. He says, she knows I love her, you know. I said, when's the last time he told you? She couldn't remember. I said, you start telling her. She doesn't know for sure. She thinks she knows. But if you hear it and you say it, it makes a lot of difference. Anyway, it's been really a lot of fun with these guys. And I haven't done a heck of a lot with them, but I know them, and they're a fun bunch. And just proud to represent Spanish Fork at this time.
Great.
Thanks,
Paul.
And I got to serve on the council with you, like you guys did. Spanish Fork's a great, beautiful community. We need to keep it that way. We need to just include volunteerism in everything we do. Everything.
Hey, thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thanks for serving with us.
You bet.
You want more from us?
Yes.
I would say get the magazine. Everything is in here. And I think sometimes Steve may autograph his picture if you guys find him at events. He told me he's not going to charge for the first 100. After that, he might. So, but no, there's some great events, and there's a lot of people put a lot of work into this. We're going to start it this Friday with the Pyro Musical, and it's phenomenal. You're gonna notice some good songs in there because they let me and my wife pick a couple, and so It might be a little bit different tune in there this year, but it'll be good.
Might be a little rowdy.
Good.
Sometimes, yes. But we'll get started this Friday. You guys want to comment on yours?
Okay.
All right. Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for your service. And I hope you're getting plenty of rest now because you're not get it for the next 2 weeks. So.
Can you guys come here? Let's see, Danzies. I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate you. There you go. Quasons. Thank you.
Sharpie, Steve.
This came right
With a
out.
Sharpie, you'll see my picture.
Thank you. Okay, and then Karen, Elaine, Brandon, Corey. Steve, sorry, you're not on the committee. But and I don't know if I want you to take Brandon Corey's spot. Brandon and Corey and I are the class of '89, so spending an evening every month together with these two is special. Here you go. Thanks, guys.
The best year.
Okay, I think we're done.
You sure?
Yep.
Yeah. Brandon's over here feeling slighted.
Is he?
Yeah, but he's got the cookies. All right, Chief, let's go to you first, and then we'll go to the real people.
You might remember that just recently we had Don Thomas retire in his position here with as our ambulance captain or EMS manager. He served our city for over 40 years and served us well. He's been a great asset to us, and we had some big shoes to fill. We put out the application process out and had individuals apply from all over the state as well as outside of the state, seeking to move to our great city and serve our city. And so we began that process of trying to find the right person, doing several interviews with different individuals, and we came with one who shined above all the others and has a great understanding of the city, and that being Ryan Baum, and I'd like to introduce him today. Ryan, as you know, currently before this position, he worked for the city in the engineering department, and served us well there, and had a few complaints from his supervisor indicating that he was going to miss him and the work efforts that he provides to the city through that job. But Ryan's been down there for 3 weeks. 3 weeks now. Has been to several different trainings and some opportunities for him to increase his knowledge as well as help us in our area of need, specifically our report management system. He's been working with 2 or 3 of our full-time personnel at the police department as well as some volunteers on the fire department, and getting that all hammered out where we'll be able to pull some good statistics about the events and activities that the fire and EMS go on, and then better be able to tell you what we might need as far as personnel and moving towards a full-time EMS and fire department. But Ryan was selected, and the day that I was able to offer him the job, we happened to have a public safety meeting where fire, EMS, and police were present. And I was able to that night introduce Ryan as the one taking Don's job. And I've never had a standing ovation, but I got it when I introduced Ryan. They were all very happy to have Ryan as their new boss, and I think that we'll see great things from Ryan. Do you want to say anything else?
Oh, yeah.
I'm really humbled by the opportunity, and I really appreciate your guys' confidence in me, and you're going to be stuck with me for 15 or 20 more years, so I think we can do great things here in Spanish Fork and carry on our tradition of our volunteerism and do that as long as possible before we transition and move into that full-time department that we need. So thanks for your confidence.
Hey, glad to have you. Nice job. Okay, now we come to the good-looking part of the program, huh? No, yeah, Lammy, not you. But come on up and introduce these wonderful people you have with us.
Well, I'm Jason Christensen, this year's president of the Riding Club, and this is your 2018 royalty. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you because I don't want to forget a name or get a name wrong. So
that sounds great.
Go ahead and do that.
Hi, my name's Allie Johansson. I'm Fiesta Days Queen. I'm 16. I'm going to be a junior at Springville High School, and I enjoy high school rodeo on my horse Ginger that I've had since I was a wee tot.
Great.
I'm Nicole Ivy. I am 19 years old, the first attendant of Spanish Fork Rodeo, and I'm going to attend UVU to pursue my medical degree.
Great.
My name is Savannah Ogden. I'm the 19-year-old daughter of Brett and Laura Ogden. I love Spanish Fork. I've been coming here for years for lessons to do high school rodeo. Currently, I attend SUU. I'm going into my sophomore year, feeling stressed but excited. This is a great rodeo. I'm super excited to be here.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
And thank you for the nice treats here. You know, they'll go to good use, I guarantee you. Thank you. Thank you for being part of the... Okay, let's move on to public comments. Is there anyone in the public that'd like to come up and address the mayor and the council? Seeing none, let's go to council comments. Why don't we start off with Stacy? Councilwoman?
I don't have much because I think I already did it all.
Okay,
but
good.
I do want to add, just when they talk so much about volunteers, Karen informed me last night that we order 400 Fiesta Days t-shirts to give out to the volunteers. I thought we were about 200, so that's double the amount of volunteers. 400 people in our community making this as good as Christmas. So this is an awesome month, and if you have not received your magazine in your mailboxes, you can come down here to City Hall or to the Parks and Rec Department. Get your magazine. It has every single event starting Friday through the end of the month of different activities for individuals, families, groups, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So I think it's going to be
fun,
a great success. We have a great committee, so that's all.
Thank you. Councilman Scobes.
Mayor, just a couple of small things. The South Utah Valley Animal Shelter in the month of June had dealings with 332 different animals. And that combines from those that were impounded, those that were brought in as strays. And so especially as we were in fireworks season, dogs especially are not too keen on the fireworks. And so those of you that are animal lovers, pet owners, please be careful and mindful of that. 332 is an awful lot, but that's still not the most that they've done. So there's a lot of work that a lot of good work that they do, and is ahead still. And then lastly, Mayor, on Tuesday the 17th at 7:30, 19:30 hours, so a week from today, is the flag retirement ceremony. Both the American Legion and the VFW, Veterans Council at large, will be in attendance, as well as all veterans, anyone in the community that is a veteran or knows of any veterans. They are invited to be there to be able to participate as their service song is played. And then also any scouts to wear their uniforms and go that night as well to be able to retire the flags properly, in accordance with the directives given for flag retirement. It's a great ceremony. My time on the council and certainly in the military, I think it's the best flag retirement ceremony I've ever seen or been a part of. So just encourage the community to come out for that.
Great, thank you. Councilman Hall.
Thank you, Mayor. A lot of meetings last month, a lot of meetings coming up this month, but I'm just super proud to be from Spanish Fork and excited to party with everybody during Fiesta Days. I'm proud to say I gave Officer Morales a test run on coming to a bank alarm today, so our newest officer.
Oh, way to go.
meet me for the first time, and yep, call me an idiot to my
Did
face.
he tell you to take the money out of your pocket?
Yeah, and that's what I have to do next time I call them on a false alarm. So, but they were great. Came and got there quick, and if we were in trouble at the bank, they would have been there in time to get us out of trouble. So
good.
So they're on the ball. So again, proud to be from Spanish Fork, and I look forward to July and Fiesta Day. It's going to be fun. That's all I have.
Good. Councilman Gordon.
Mayor, Heather Youd was not able to be here tonight from the Chamber of Commerce. So a few things from the Chamber. We want to congratulate Lance Wilson, State Farm, our local insurance agent. He's our business of the month for the month of July. So we celebrated with a little cake and him last week. And so congratulate him and that. He was nominated and elected by the peers and of the business community in town. We wanted to mention that during Fiesta Days, there will be no movie in the park on the Friday nights like we've been doing, and the popularity that's grown with the food trucks. We're going to take 2 weeks off from that, and on the 27th, we'll be back with that. Of course, you'll have the city movie, the Fiesta Days movies this Saturday, and of course, there'll be plenty of food trucks and food vendors throughout the next couple weeks to suppress your addictions. So that's been going well, though. It's been fun to see how many people. I think I texted some of you Friday before last and said it looked like almost like Fiesta Days down here at the park on a Friday night. And it's fun to see that grow. Doesn't always start out that way. The first year we did it, it was sparse, but we've hung in there, and now it's really cool to see. So the sidewalk sales will be on the 20th and 21st. That's Friday and Saturday, and then on Monday the 23rd during Fiesta Days. So we encourage you to shop local and support those local businesses. And then for anyone from our business community watching that are members of the Chamber, we'll have our new networking luncheon on the 18th up at Canyon View Park. I had an opportunity with the Solid Waste District. Hadn't been out to the landfill in a while. Tyler just got some pictures of our landfill, and this might be fun for our one scout that's here, and that's hung in there with our group of people. But I've got some pictures, and these were actually taken today. The ones I took when I went out a couple weeks ago weren't as good as this, because the last one, if you can go back, Ty, well, that's good right there. You see that big fence? That's a lot of people like Councilman Mendenhall, who are bankers, they only think that big fences like that are to keep your golf balls in when you're at the driving range. But that's not the case out here. We have this big fence that surrounds the landfill. And when I was out there, I asked some of the guys, I said, I want to take something meaningful back. And they said, I want you to teach the people of Spanish Fork one thing. So we're going to practice this together. I brought each of you 1, 3, 4. Chad, we're not supporting anyone. Okay, we're not endorsing anyone in this activity. Okay, bags just happen to be from Macy's. If you'll take this bag and tie it twice in 2 knots, according to Steve Danzy, our very own incoming Fiesta Days chairman, they won't fly. So if you do have plastic bags in your home and you do throw them in your garbage, if you think about it, if you'll tie it twice, he claims that we won't have as much of that issue. If you keep going through them, Tyler, that's a scraper, and a scraper picks up dirt, and it's a fun big Tonka truck. It picks up the dirt, and then he drives. So he's digging it out of where we're going to put the garbage in the future, and he's putting it over the garbage that we put down today. Next slide. So there he is. So that machine, it kind of picks it up with his belly in the back. Next slide. And then that's a tipping machine. Some of our trucks have walking floors that we use at our district, but some of our partners with the New Era group, they bring trailers that need to be tipped. So that machine there, they unhook it and it tips it up in the air and it unloads. And I'll let Chris Thompson or all the engineers argue which one's faster, because it's kind of fun to hear them out there arguing about what's the fastest way to dump the garbage. So there's some more of it. And as you can see, it's quite amazing to see how much garbage there is. And that's called a dirt devil. That means like a little whirlwind came through out there. And look at the garbage, it just flies. It just picks it up and floats. Probably whether you tie it in 2 knots or not, but I'm sure Steve's gonna thank me for telling people. Was that my last picture, Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay. We took 6,200 tons of trash last week to the landfill. So 6,200 tons of garbage was put into our landfill. It's an amazing place. It takes about a half hour to get to from out here. Head out through Santaquin, out through Genola. And I thought it'd take us longer to get out there. It seemed like the last time I'd been out there it took longer. But these guys, they're out there. There's 6 or 7 guys out there moving dirt and doing their job, and it's kind of a cool place to go to, and they don't get many scout field trips, so I want you to feel like you really got the special treatment today. So but a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to go out there and see our guys that help take our garbage, and we are getting a lot better with our packaging. We're doing better. Even though China, it does not want our recycled materials, we're getting better with our packaging, and that's helping with our garbage as well. So that's all I have, Mayor.
Great, thank you. Councilman Argal.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to echo all that's been talked about the next couple of weeks that Spanish Fork is going to is a favorite time of mine. It's time to get our families together and enjoy the activities that are planned. Want to shout out a great thanks to the many volunteers that Stacy mentioned, to the Fiesta Days Committee, the Rodeo Committee, to the Park and Recs Department, and all the employees, because it takes the entire city to put this on, and it is such an awesome events that take place, rodeo, parade, everything else. And just give a good thanks to them, because it is very much appreciated. It would not be possible without the volunteers that we have in this community to get this and pull this off. And you've heard that many times, but we are very grateful for their efforts and their time that they do to pull off Fiesta Days, and we're grateful for them. Thank you, Mayor.
Great. I echo what everybody said about Fiesta Days. Hey, we're a party city, and we're going to party for the next 2 weeks, so enjoy. I went to the Stadium of Fire last week, and lo and behold, what was right in the middle of the football field of the Stadium of Fire? Right there, our float. Hometown Pride and Progress. There was 3 floats: Provo's, Spanish Forks, and American Forks. And ours was right in the middle. So, and they got up there and they sang and danced on it. So I just want to tell you that everybody, 66,000 people saw our float out there at the Stadium of Fire, and it was pretty cool. So I think there was another one. Oh, go the other way.
Careful with Mayor's photos.
All right, go back.
You might find an innocent
Okay, now
bunny.
here's what happened. Be careful. I was walking on the trail, there by Volunteer Park, and look what almost attacked me, Brandon.
Keep going. Let's see what else is in
I
this picture.
tell you. So be careful out there. You know, we've got them wild animals walking around. My wife and I, we started laughing when we saw this, and there was 3 others, a black one and another white one, running around there. But the trails are being used. We walked by the new pickleball courts are being built, and they're close. They're very close, getting ready to go on. And Mike, just so you know, our healthy and active have been so good. I saw an elderly gentleman pulling his oxygen tank walking on the trail.
Nice. So
you've inspired him. So
Yes.
that was pretty cool. So so I just want to thank everybody. Come and enjoy all the activities we've got. Our people have spent a lot of time and effort to put in this, and it's going to be great again. Okay, let's move on to consent items. There's an item that needs to be, which one was it?
Make a motion to approve the consent items, but taking off the item C, Asset Works Agreement.
Second.
Got a motion by Councilman Mendenhall, a second by Councilman Member Beck. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thank you. All right. We're into public hearing. Ordinance 14-18, vacating a portion of Slant Road.
So as part of the Legacy Farms development, we're vacating a portion of Slant Road. It no longer today goes through to Mapleton. Becomes part of the project there. We need to formally vacate that portion you see outlined in red so that they can complete their project. So we indicate the road's already closed, but this piece will be incorporated into the project. It'll be a lot, as you can see there. So this is time for public hearing. Mayor, it'd be appropriate to take that.
Okay. I'd entertain a motion to go into public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Councilman Mendenhall, a second by Councilman Scobes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we're in public hearing. Anyone from the public like to come up and talk about this? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion to go out of public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Councilman Gordon, a second by Councilman Argal. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any questions, comments? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 1418 vacating a portion of Slant Road.
Second.
Got a motion by Councilman Mendenhall, a second by Councilmember Beck. This will be a roll call vote. Councilman Argal.
Aye.
Councilmember Beck.
Aye.
Councilman Gordon.
Aye.
Councilman Mendenhall.
Aye.
Councilman Scobes.
Aye.
Okay, that passes. New business. Resolution 18-10, establishing the formula for the amount of water to be transferred to the city upon development.
So when subdividers come in, whether it's commercial or residential, they need to bring water for their project. So when somebody turns the tap, water comes out. Traditionally, we have said you need X amount of indoor water, X amount of outdoor water for every house that you build. We're to the point in our city, we've got a lot of diversity in the size of our lots. We've got some multifamily lots, and so to be more fair and equitable, we've changed the formula a little bit to cover the landscaped area. So for a single-family twin home lots, we take the lot size in acres times by 0.6, which is the average in our city for the landscaped area for that type of home. We times it by 4, which is the water duty the state allows for Utah County. So it's 4 acre-feet per year is what we allowed. For townhomes, multifamily, and non-residential lots, we take the landscaped area times by the 4. So as we look at that, this actually is closer to representing the actual usage of the water and is more fair and equitable. So this will become effective for all new plats as soon as you adopt it. For plats that are already pending, if they can be recorded by October, we'll let them choose whether they want to follow the new formula or the old formula. Questions?
All right, if we don't have any questions, I'd entertain a motion.
I move we approve Resolution 1810 establishing the formula for the amount of water to be transferred to the city upon development.
Second.
Got a motion by Councilman Mendenhall, a second by Councilman Gordon. This will be a roll call vote. Councilmember Beck.
Aye.
Councilman Gordon.
Aye.
Councilman Mendenhall.
Aye.
Councilman Scobes.
Aye.
Councilman Argal.
Aye.
Okay, that passes. Mountain Country Foods Impact Fee Agreement.
So Mountain Country Foods is an important business in our community. It's a large business. They ship their product all around the country. They're a significant employer for our community. And they've done well recently to the point they needed to expand their facility. So they expanded, that caused their discharges to the sewer plant to increase to where they couldn't meet the standard that they had. As an industrial user, they have a pretreatment center. They're allowed to meet certain criteria. So what we've done is we've worked with them and we've issued them a permit that increases their limits, but that's buying up capacity or using up capacity in our plant. So we've worked with them and said, for that capacity that you're using, you need to pay for that. We've calculated that out at 1,301 residential equivalent units. And so we've said, you pay the impact fee for those 1,301 units, and we'll let you buy that capacity into the plant. That comes up to $1.5 million and a little bit of change. That's a lot of money. And so we've worked with them to say, pay that in 2 installments, one this year and one by the end of June next year, and they've agreed to that. That's what this contract does. The other thing, because they're an important business for us, is they're looking to get their own pretreatment program, see if they can't cut back the amount of discharge that they have and not use up so much of our capacity. So we've told them if within the next 5 years you can implement something that cuts that back, then we'll refund the portion of this that will be equivalent to the number of ERUs that you're submitting at the time. So we're trying to be fair to a local business and help them out, but also protect our residents with their investment in our sewer plant. Comments or questions about that?
If none, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the Mountain Country Food Impact Fee Agreement.
Second.
Got a motion by Councilmember Beck, a second by Councilman Scobes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, mission prices for the 2018 airplanes, trains, and automobiles.
Okay, we're excited to have aeroplanes, trains, and automobiles coming up on August 25th at our airport, and with that, we'll have some air races and car shows and a lot of activities for the whole family. This resolution, or this is what we're asking you to approve, is the rates that we will charge, and what we are asking is maybe give a discount if you buy your tickets online of a $1 discount, so that it would be $5 for adults, $3 for children. If you buy it online at the gate, it would be $6 for adults and $4 for children. And then, of course, we give a lot of free tickets to the elementary schools every year to encourage them to come out. And you know, the airport is a great STEM learning opportunity in our city, because a lot of the future that we'll be facing will have to do with airports, and a lot of studies are going on to see how that will implement to our transportation solutions of the future. And so getting the community involved is a really good program.
Great. Any questions? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the following admission prices 2018 for aeroplanes, trains, and automobiles. Online, children 12 and under, $3 each, and adults $5 each. At the gate, children 12 and under, $4 each, and adults $6 each.
Second.
Got a motion by Councilman Gordon, a second by Councilman Argal. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that passed. Resolution 18-11, amending the Spanish Fork City personnel policy, making various changes to clarify provisions and make it more effective.
Really only one change, Mayor and Council. We'd like to change the boot allowance policy to be a boot reimbursement policy.
Does this mean you're giving us new boots for Fiesta Days?
I have a pair of boot socks that I'll let you borrow.
Oh, that's nice.
There you go.
Yeah, so anyway, the purpose of the change is just to try to encourage more safety with our employees. But that's the only change that we have there.
Great. Any questions? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
I move that we approve Resolution 1811, amending Spanish Fork City personnel policy, making various changes to clarify provisions and to make it more efficient.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Scobes, a second by Councilman Mendenhall. This also is a roll call vote. Councilman Gordon.
Aye.
Councilman Mendenhall.
Aye.
Councilman Scobes.
Aye. Councilman
Argal.
Aye.
Councilmember Beck.
Aye.
That passes. Okay, access agreement with Canyon Creek.
Okay, this actually relates to a sales agreement that we just approved as a consent item. I think they're probably both intended to be discussed here, but I need to talk about that so that you understand what this is. So the sales agreement is approximately 3 acres of a corner of the landfill we recently purchased from Springville. This is to enable a certain specified retail user to come, and we were still in negotiations at the time, so it's talked about in the agreement as a specified specific retail user. Since that time, Lowe's has announced that they're coming to that site, so we're really talking about Lowe's coming here. in order for them to come and open the size of store that they would like and we would like, they need a little more land than what was available, and it happened to be landfill land. That's expensive land to build on because of what's under. So we need to remove the garbage. In order for us to...
You're going to wish you would have tied all those bags in.
Yes. In order for us to accommodate that, Canyon Creek Commercial Center is the developer doing all of that project out there. We need to make them a bona fide purchaser. And so we're selling this to them for our cost to move the trash. So basically, they're removing the trash. We're giving them the property. In return, we're going to get a major retailer, which hopefully will add to our commercial base and our sales tax base. One of the things we've built in because of the experience we had with Home Depot a number of years ago, and Canyon Creek agrees with this also. They actually wrote this exhibit, but if Lowe's doesn't open their store fully stocked with an inventory within 3 years of the date of the agreement, then we have the right to buy it back, so that we can guarantee to ourselves that we'll have some retail use there. So we felt that was important. The price there is basically the cost they put in to whatever they put there. Now, with that purchase agreement, the access agreement that we're talking about is part of that land that we're selling. We're maintaining an access easement across it so we can still access the landfill. If we wanted to put a parking lot there, if we wanted to put some grass there, a park, something that's compatible with the landfill without the expense of removing the garbage, then we need access across there. We learned with Costco that we need to put that in writing. We had that verbal agreement, but it never materialized. And so this access agreement puts that solidly into place. Now, the other thing that we need to talk about on the purchase agreement is they had built in that you've seen an option to purchase a north lot from us, another northern piece. We have not discussed that. We've talked with them. They will pull that part out of the agreement, and we'll talk about that later, make that separate, so we're not confusing something that's hitting you for the first time with something that you've been a little bit familiar with, as we've discussed in some of our negotiations with Canyon Creek and with Lowe's. So that's what these two items do. The one, as I've indicated, has already been approved as part of the consent, but it ties in very closely with this access agreement. They go hand in glove. So questions or thoughts about that? I should indicate we also have Andy Spencer from Canyon Creek who's here that can answer questions too if you have any for him.
I just got one question from Andy. You know what that is?
Does it have to do with the meat product?
Yes, it does. Yes, I just want you to keep that in the mind of Richard every time you see him, that every time you meet me, you know what I'm looking for.
I got it.
Yeah.
It's high on my radar.
I bet it is. Thank you. Any other questions? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
I move we approve the purchase and sale agreement and the access agreement with Canyon Creek Phase 10 LLC.
Second.
Got a motion by Councilman Mendenhall, a second by Councilman Argal. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
You oppose? Great. Contract for utility easement with Austin and Torrey Park.
I've got my year's worth of discussions tonight.
You have?
Remember that.
Okay. Yeah.
We're trying to get an easement to serve power and broadband services down to the Quail Run subdivision, which is right on the edge of town on the southwest side. We have an easement through most of the property. We need an easement to go through the park's property. It's adjacent to their home, and so they've asked that they be compensated for that. This is based on an appraisal. It's $18,500 we're paying for that property, and we're approving the contract. But then, when the contract is executed, then we'll record an easement. Will give us access to be able to provide our municipal services to that subdivision.
So are we buying the property or just an easement?
Just an easement.
Just an easement.
And that's a full easement?
What we've described it as is a municipal utility easement in perpetuity.
Okay. Perfect. Any other questions? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the utility easement contract with Austin and Torrey Park.
Second.
Got a motion by Councilmember Beck, second by Councilman Scobes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
I move we go into closed session for reasonably imminent litigation and land transaction.
Second.
got a motion by Councilman Gordon, a second by Councilman Mendenhall. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you for everyone being here.
Mayor, can I take 5 minutes?
Well, I thought you took 10.
This is